If you have stumbled upon these lines right now, it is not a mere coincidence. Please spare just a few minutes for this video. Whoever you wish to become, you need to hear what comes next. I promise you, by the time this story ends, you will feel much better, and your perspective on the world will shift. If you are ready, let's begin. In the first light of morning, an old wise man, seeking deep contemplation in the forest, sat in the shade of a magnificent tree. At that very moment, he heard a crow weeping, perched upon a dry branch. With a calm and reassuring voice, the wise man asked, "Why are you weeping, my friend? Why does your voice sound so hopeless?" The crow looked at the wise man with teary eyes and replied, "I am the most miserable of all creatures. Children throw stones at me. People chase me away from their gardens. They say my feathers are ominous. I go hungry and humans hate me. I wish I had never existed." The wise man gazed at the crow with understanding. "You cannot control what others say, Crow. But if you expect everything to go your way, that is when you detach from reality and begin to suffer. Yet, I will help you. Tell me, if you had the power to change your nature, what would you choose to become?" The crow replied without hesitation, "A swan. I would want to be a pure white swan. Everyone loves swans. They are pure, they are graceful." The wise man smiled. "Go and speak with that swan you admire so much. Let us see if it is content with its state." The crow took flight with hope. It saw a swan gliding by the lakeside and approached it, saying, "You are such a pure and poetic creature. You must be the happiest bird in the world." The swan bent its neck in sorrow. "Actually, I am not happy at all. There are so many beautiful colors in the world, but I am only white. When I fly against the white clouds, I am not even noticed. I think true happiness belongs to the parrot, whose feathers are like a rainbow." This time, the crow set out to find a parrot and discovered one perched in a blossoming tree. "You are so colorful," he exclaimed. "You must surely be the happiest bird in the world." The parrot fluffed its feathers and sighed. "These colors are my curse, Crow. Humans imprison us in cages for our beauty. I live in constant fear of being trapped. But the peacock? They practically worship him. They protect him. He is the happiest of all." The crow flew for miles until he found the peacock in a temple garden. Dozens of people had gathered just to watch this magnificent bird. When the crowd dispersed, the crow approached the peacock. "Dear peacock, you are so beautiful that thousands of people come to see you. On the other hand, people run away in fear when they see me. You must be the happiest creature on earth." The peacock, showing its feet bound by golden chains, replied with pain, "I once thought so too, Crow. But this beauty has locked me in this prison of admiration. They pluck my feathers, and it hurts so much. They force me to dance. Do you know what I dream of? I dream of soaring freely in the sky, choosing my own path. When I see you flying wherever you wish, my heart breaks with envy. I wish I could be free like you." The crow was frozen in astonishment. "But everyone hates me," he shouted. The peacock sighed deeply. "That is your freedom. No one envies your feathers enough to cage you. Your wings are your liberty." When the crow returned to the wise man in the shade of the great tree, he understood everything. "I realize it now," he said. "The swan's whiteness condemns it to loneliness. The parrot's colors trap it in fear, and the peacock's magnificence binds it in chains. but I am free." The wise man smiled. The greatest poverty is not having too little, but constantly wanting more. The deepest prisons are built not of steel, but of comparisons. Happiness begins the moment we stop wishing to be someone we are not. From that day on, when the crow looked at his reflection, he no longer saw an ugly bird. He saw a spirit as vast as the boundless sky and as free as the wind. True freedom is not trying to change things, but letting them be as they are. Now stop and be honest with yourself. Life isn't crushing you. You are putting others' lives ahead of your own. Those who tell you you must be better have never carried your burden. Those who tell you to be like someone else are people who gave up on being themselves long ago. Everyone wants to be on the side that gets applauded. But where there is applause, there is no freedom. There is expectation. There are chains. There is a constant voice saying, "You are not enough." You think you are excluded because you are a crow. You are wrong. You are not in a cage because you are a crow. Make one thing clear today. If you chase approval, you lose your wings. If you are yourself, you might stand alone, but you will stand tall. The world doesn't have to be fair to you. People don't have to understand you. But you are not obliged to live by denying yourself. Either you try to be someone others admire and slowly fade away, or you walk your own path as no one else dares to. The decision is yours. But remember this, the sky does not belong to those who ask for permission. It belongs to those who spread their wings.